Hello, everyone.
Hello. Welcome back.
It's been a very long time.
Yes.
We are in person recording this.
I can touch him.
We just, honestly, I think it's just, there wasn't really that many movies that were catching our attention to really want to record anything,
Not really.
right?
Until
Like,
now.
originally we were going to do King Kong.
Yeah, I just
And-
couldn't get around to that.
And then, what was the other movies we were going
Argyle.
to do? Yeah, Argyle.
Which, again,
I ended up
get
not
around
even,
to it.
yeah, I ended up seeing it when it was out on Apple TV.
I heard it was good. I haven't seen it.
I think it's okay. I do think it kind of falls at the end of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were going to do that, and then it never happened. And we kind of just remembered Deadpool and Wolverine were coming out. So,
Well, yeah. Okay.
yeah. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I guess we just start talking about the movie synopsis.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, I pulled this off of Google last minute.
As we always do.
The
Usually.
synopsis. So the synopsis for Deadpool and Wolverine is Deadpool's peaceful existence comes crashing down when the Time Variance Authority recruits him to help safeguard the multiverse. He soon unites with his would-be pal, Wolverine, to complete the mission and save his world from an existential threat.
Yes.
I feel like that plot's not really what the movie is. It's kind of a little off, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's just kind of being like, oh, this is just a simple plain text of what, just glossing over, simplifying it too much.
Because, I mean, this is a spoiler review, but I guess I should say up front,
Yeah.
it's not, they didn't recruit him to help safeguard the multiverse to a degree, right? Like, they didn't recruit him for a mission.
No, but they did try to recruit him, though.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did. But it's not like they gave him a mission assignment and then
No,
they sent
I
him
mean,
out there.
Honestly, that's what it seemed like
In the trailers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact, because we actually found this out right before this. Box office wise, the movie's actually doing really well.
Yeah.
The budget for the movie was around $200 million, and they spent $205 million. Or not spent. They got box office. I think this is more domestic, $205 million, and then worldwide it's $438.3 million, which apparently, according to Variety, is record breaking. But it's giving me a bunch of it's blocking me. I can't see
Ads.
anything. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for just being a box office movie that just came out this weekend.
Yeah. Well, I found CNBC. Maybe they have it on here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it says here on CNBC's website, Marvel is back on top. Another pop-up.
The pop-ups.
Deadpool and Wolverine shattered box office records this weekend, tallying $205 million in the domestic ticket sales during its opening, the highest debut of a 2024 and of an R-rated film ever. So,
I mean, especially R-rated film.
yeah, which is, it's really hard to get a movie that's R-rated because, when it's R-rated, you're not getting the kids. I mean, I'm pretty sure there were kids in there,
Of course, there were kids in there.
but it's harder
Yeah,
to get parents on board for the kids to see the movie.
exactly.
Yeah. So that's cool. Like, and I'm going to be honest with you, Alex.
Be honest.
This is actually my second time seeing the movie.
No me gusta.
It was because I actually saw it on Friday when it wasn't a planned thing. I was out with our friends Brian and Parker, and Claire was there, and Parker was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see Deadpool and Wolverine after this."
Yeah.
And then he is like, "Brian, you want to come with me?" And Brian's like, "Sure, I don't have plans."
Brian, you want to?
And then Brian's like, "Damn, David, we're gonna see it before you see it." And I'm like, "God damn it!" And then Claire looked at me. She went, "You can go see it if you want." I was like, "But I'm already watching it with Alex and Sean." And she said, like, "No, it's fine. If you really want to see it, just go see it." I was like, "Okay, fine." I was like, I'm giving it to my impulse of wanting to see it. But I will also say, this viewing was better than the first time around, because the first time around, Parker got the tickets like last minute.
Oh God.
So I was up in the second row in front of the theater Like,
Cranking your
thank
head.
God the seats were reclined.
Okay.
But at the same time, like, there were things that I missed. I did not notice because I just couldn't see it because the screen was so up close to my face. And so now, seeing it again, I was like, oh, I'm catching more things.
I like how Parker's like, hey, I'm just gonna go see it right now.
Yeah, Parker was like,
I don't even have any tickets. Let me just see if there's an opening seats.
he's like, oh, let's just. And Brian was also, because, we're looking at the times, and it was, I think Brian said 11:30 was too late, but 9:30 was too early because we were at Cheesecake Factory. Because
Cheesecake Factory.
Brian, our friend, really loves Cheesecake Factory. He likes it more so because he says the alcohol is strong.
Alcohol is strong with that one.
Yeah, so we were still at Cheesecake Factory. It was like 9:30, and I was like, we are not gonna make it to 10.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we gotta push it even more to, or no, I think it was the movie was at 9:30. We were still at the restaurant at 9:20. So I was like, we're not gonna make it. We have to make it at least 10 or 10:30. And I think we got the 10 o'clock time because the theater was like a 5-minute walk from Cheesecake Factory.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, so we got that, but it was so last minute because I kept saying like, why don't we just go at 11:30? But it was too late for Brian and Parker. I think he didn't want to. I think it was also too late for him, so we just went with 10.
10 o'clock it is, boys.
But yeah, it was this. I mean, the movie was still fine. It was just there was a lot of stuff that I'm just like, I feel like I'm missing stuff right now because I'm so close up to the screen.
Oh yeah, it's like your widescreen monitor.
Yeah, I mean, not that much. It's not that much. I'm not that up close to my monitor because I have a 35 ultra wide curved monitor. It's
very curvy.
It's not that bad. Like I have one of my nephews. His gaming monitor is 43 inches.
That's insane.
And it's like up close in his face. And I'm like, how do you not get nauseous?
Is it like a wide curve?
It's like a TV like size monitor.
I don't know, man.
But anyway, yeah, this is my second time seeing the movie.
Okay, Paul. Just can't escape those tangents.
Hey, I was explaining something. I at least let it back. Okay, I let it back to where we're trying to be.
Probably because you ran out of what to talk to. You ran into a wall. Oh wait, let me bring it back.
No. I remember that we're here for Deadpool, so that's why I'm bringing it back.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
So yeah, I guess leading it back to the movie.
Yes.
The first thing I wanted to talk about was the opening.
Let's talk about it.
That NSYNC, I was not expecting.
I don't think anyone was.
So the movie kind of opens up with, what was it that Deadpool says? Because he's essentially digging Logan's grave. Yeah.
He's just digging Logan's grave, and he was like, hey, and this is from this is Logan from the movie Logan when he died, and he's like, Logan did die, because he knows regenerative healing is like you don't die. Yeah. So that's why he was digging. Yeah.
And then he finds the body, and it has degraded, like it is just bones,
severely,
and skin, and some hair.
Just some, yeah.
That's all it is. But the bones are like covered in the adamantium like metal. Yeah. Right? And the TVA show up and they basically like they tell him to come out, like they're there to arrest him, like he can't escape. And they tell him to give up his weapons. Mm-hmm. Right? And he's like, I'm not giving you my weapons, but I also won't be using them. Yeah. Because he essentially starts using Logan's bones to what was it? He uses Logan's bones as weapons, essentially.
Yeah, and attacks them.
And as he's killing them, the TVA soldiers, NSYNC's Bye 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 is playing.
Which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I was also not expecting the dance.
Me neither. I mean, because it would cut to him attacking, killing the TVA, and then another cut would be him just dancing, so like a music video.
Yeah. It was odd yet fitting
Yes.
for a Deadpool movie, right? And like he's using every part of the bone, every part of the body, like all the bones, as a weapon.
Yeah. Keegan was over there too.
Oh,
But yeah, which was all surprised, and then finally he got to the claws,
yeah.
and then he got himself stuck with the claws on 2 bodies.
Well, that doesn't happen yet, right? Because the movie stops.
Yeah, because
and
the
he's
flashback.
like, yeah, because he's like, oh, like I'm not happy about this.
Yeah.
The necrophilia, like the killing.
Yeah, there's. I think in every Deadpool movie there's like a flashback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has that little flashback, and you basically learn that after the second movie,
Mm-hmm.
he was using Cable's like time watch.
Yeah, and he was just going through time, just correcting what was wronged
Yeah,
in different universes, different worlds.
and there's a scene where he essentially is in Earth 616, which is the main timeline, like the sacred timeline of the Marvel MCU.
Yeah, with the Avengers.
With an interview with Hulk Hogan. Oh no, Happy Hogan. Happy Hogan. Hulk Hogan is hey brother, that guy. Happy Hogan.
Yeah.
Interviewing with him about a position for the Avengers, and Happy basically tells him like, you're aiming too high.
Yeah.
Right. And Deadpool's whole thing is like, I need this. I need to be a part of the Avengers. So for his relationship with
it's like Vanessa.
Yeah, with Vanessa. I forgot her name for a second. And he obviously doesn't get it, and he becomes a salesman for like a used car dealership.
Yeah, it's kind of like CarMax.
Yeah,
like.
yeah. And from there, like it's kind of like they throw it a little. Like he comes home. Well, Peter.
Yeah, and Peter returns, and he's in much more. And at the end, he becomes pretty
important. Yeah.
So, but we'll get there.
But Peter's there, and Peter works with him at the car dealership, and Peter's constantly trying to get Wade to go back out there and become Deadpool.
Yeah.
Right. He's trying to get him to go out, be Deadpool again. He's like we're Deadpool, and Wade's like, you're not Deadpool. I haven't even been Deadpool for months.
Yeah.
Yeah. They get back. His friends and his friends, not really family, his friends and Vanessa throw him a birthday party. But you also find out that he and Vanessa had broken up.
Yeah.
She now works at an office job, and a cat.
It is kicking. The big cat. What is he doing? I think he's behind here. I don't know. We'll find him one way or another.
But so you find out Vanessa has a real job now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, every job is real, but she's working an office job.
Yeah.
And they say that she's talking to someone or she's met someone.
Yeah, that's what she mentions.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm seeing this guy.
Yeah, from work.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of sad. Like, because there's a scene where they sing him happy birthday, and then they're done singing, and she goes, blow it out, buddy. And he goes, what do you say? Like, 1, 2, buddy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God.
That's so terrible.
Yeah. And so the TVA arrive, and he thinks they're dancers.
Yeah.
He thinks they're like strippers or something. And they capture him. And this is where he's essentially told that he's for a higher purpose and he needs to join the sacred timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't know this until later, but the caveat of joining the sacred timeline is his universe would be destroyed.
Yeah.
Well, that's not because of him leaving, but because of another character that they say what they call is an anchor, right?
Yeah.
An anchor being.
Anchor being.
and that anchor being ended up turning out to be Logan from
The movie Logan.
yeah. Apparently, because when he died, that put his whole universe in peril. But my thing is like, but it wasn't. He was gonna die anyway.
Yeah, he was.
So that universe would have been fucked no matter what.
Yeah, it would have.
Right? Like,
but the thing is, the TVMA guy was trying to expedite that.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. They said it would have taken like thousands or so years
Yeah.
for it to be destroyed. And the TVA guy was like, oh, he basically was trying to take over the TVA. He was trying to become the new head honcho.
Yeah.
The
Get in charge of that.
The TVA guy his name is, what, Paradox?
Paradox, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure it was.
Oh, by the way, I want to talk about that costume scene. Because
that was cool.
there's a scene, like, when Wade originally thinks he's just going to join this universe, he's what he likes to call himself, Marvel Jesus. And he decides to get a new costume. So he goes to their tailor. And there's a scene where the tailor like constantly is grabbing his crotch and grabbing his ass, like it's like cutting back and forth.
Oh yeah.
And I remember when I was seeing, I was like, "There's a lot of crotch grabs from this guy." And I love that he calls it out too in the movie.
Right. That's what I like about Deadpool. He's always calling everything out.
He was like, "By the way, your tailor, kind of a molester." Yeah, that was pretty funny. But basically, so the whole point of the movie is Wade is trying to bring a Wolverine, a Logan, to his universe to become the new anchor.
Yeah.
That's more so the plot. It's not really like he's assigned a mission, per se.
No, not a mission. Not by the TVMA.
Yeah. So with that, it kind of goes into our next point where there are a lot of Logan variants.
Yeah, it was a montage.
Yeah.
And everyone was great.
I love the first one though. Where he like
the short one?
Yeah, where he's like, Logan. He looks over, he's like, I need you to come with me. And he goes, who's asking? And he jumps off the little high chair and he like lands.
Yeah.
Because honestly, as a short guy, I think they made him shorter than he should have been.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh my God, look at you. He's like comic accurate short king. Because in the comics, Logan is like 5'3".
Yeah.
He was shorter than 5'3". Like he was shorter than the counter.
He did look pretty short.
He was shorter than like the bar counter.
Yeah, but the bar counter could have been high.
Alex, I'm 5'2". I've never had a bar counter that high.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
That bar counter was insanely high.
That's pretty high.
They made him like a 4-foot person. But yeah, so we had that. That was also one of my more favorite cameos.
Yeah.
We see like the cameo of Logan in his comic accurate suit of him about to fight the Hulk.
Yeah, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. And I love to see like when he's like, "Oh, didn't you fight the Hulk in this costume?" And the Hulk shows up behind him. And he turns around. And he said, what do you say? He's like, I will not be something, you dull creature.
He was like, I'm comic Marvel Jesus.
Oh, I'm comic. He's like, I'm Marvel Jesus, you dull creature.
Yeah.
And then like Hulk just smacks him out of the way.
Yeah.
I also found it interesting, like a lot of the variants of Wolverine were just automatically aggressive towards him. Like just
Wolverine is pretty aggressive.
True.
Yeah.
Because like he met that one that was like in the alleyway, just
Against the
standing
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like a wild Wolverine.
Yeah, dude, that was a wild one.
And then he saw the one that was like in the like
motorcycle shop.
Well, that too.
But, okay.
But
we'll get to that.
I was also gonna say like the kind of like that cowboy one. Do you remember like he's on a rocking chair?
Oh,
like gray beard and everything.
Yeah, he was like at a ranch.
Yeah. And so that I thought was that like that one I was like, oh, it's kind of like Clint Eastwoodish, right?
Maybe he was like older.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, not you.
Yeah. No, not you. That one was the one he says like, it's not you. It's like it's not you. It's us. And like it's because like it's like a Wolverine that's like kind of pinned to an X cross, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
So there was that one, and it was like I think in that one there was like a bunch of like red skulls on the floor, right? And then the one that I thought I was not expecting was because the shot comes where he's like, oh my god, you're the whole package. It's like this really buff, like big arm
Beefy guy,
yeah,
yeah.
beefy Wolverine. He's like like he's testing out this new motorcycle. Like he's just making sure like he's revving it and everything. And he's like, from this angle, you look like, and the Wolverine turns around, and it's Superman.
Yep.
It's Henry Cavill.
Yep.
Henry Cavill, like, as Wolverine with the beard, it's the cigar and everything. He's like, oh my god, you look like Henry Cavill. And then that little joke, he's like, we're going to treat you so much better than those assholes across the street.
We're so great. And
Yeah.
then, Deadpool goes and calls him the Cavalry.
Yeah, he's like, the cavalry.
Which, you know what? I'm here for it.
Yeah,
It
I
looked really good.
yeah, I liked it. And then I just remember, was Cavill's Wolverine's like, you're just leaving.
Yeah, so good.
He's like, I need you to come. He's like, I need you. He's like, you're just leaving. And
Yeah.
he comes up and he like takes out his claws and he just punches him back into the portal door thing.
Yeah.
And which is where he lands in the universe of the Wolverine that's going to be throughout of the Logan,
Right.
the variant that's going to be the main Logan in the movie.
Yeah.
And this one is kind of, he's at the bar, like you see it in the trailers. He's at the bar, he's just drinking a lot, and the bartender's like, "You're not welcomed here," right? He's a very sad Logan.
Very sad indeed, because we find out that he is the worst Logan.
Yeah, so Wade basically Deadpool points his gun at Logan, like you're coming with me, and I don't know what he was exactly trying to do because Logan starts laughing.
Mm-hmm.
He chuckles and he's like, wait. He grabs the gun, puts it up to his head, and then grabs like the bottle of alcohol,
Yeah, and just drinks it.
chugs it down, and he just falls over.
Because he's drunk.
Yeah, but I was like, were you trying to get him to shoot you first? Like,
Well, yeah, because he's not going to die.
true.
And this is the only Wolverine that didn't aggressively attack Wade.
Yeah, that is true.
He had no choice but to take him.
Yeah, he did point that out. He's like, you're the only one that hasn't attacked me yet.
Yeah.
And so he takes Logan back to the TVA, where Paradox basically says, like, you grabbed, like, he said, I wouldn't have accepted any Wolverine, but
Right.
you grabbed the worst one out of the bunch. Because he said this one let his whole universe down. And they don't reveal exactly what he did yet, but that's all he says. But it's so heartbreaking because you see Logan, like, he's drunk, but he's also very awake and conscious about, like, what's going on.
Yeah, he's just on the floor hearing those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think after this, Wade gets pruned,
Yes.
right? Deadpool gets pruned and he gets sent to, what did they call it?
I don't even remember.
It was like, I'm pulling up Wikipedia.
Wikipedia save us.
Consider the Void.
Oh, the Void.
Yeah, they get sent into the Void. I can't.
And, the Void from Loki. But in this one, it's more sunny. And
Yeah, it's like kind of like Mad Max. I mean, they make that joke too.
they do make that joke. It's like a desert.
Yeah,
Whereas in the Loki series, it's more desolate and dark.
yeah, and it's kind of like a forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they show up they're in the Void, and we get kind of like this. We kind of get like this fight. We get a good number of fight scenes between Logan and Deadpool.
Surprisingly, yeah. But
Yeah.
The first one was pretty great. And what should have been was a Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That it was pretty cool. Like, because throughout the movie we get a couple of them. Like they're kind of like, I wouldn't say it's a buddy cop movie. It's kind of like those movies where like they just throughout it they kind of hate each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Logan. Which
Yeah.
He was like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. He's like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Danny's pretty nice.
Yeah. But and throughout the Void, like the movie, we get a lot of cameos.
Surprising amount of cameos too.
Yeah, because one of the first cameos we meet in the Void. At first, so it's like this guy, like after Logan and Deadpool have their first fight, they see these cars coming, and there's this guy that's there with a hood.
Yeah.
He he does the superhero landing,
Right.
and he tells him like stay behind me. He takes off his hood, and you see it's Chris Evans, and it's like Chris Evans with his natural colored beard and hair. It's not blonde or anything. And so when you see him, like your first inclination is like, oh, it's Captain America. Like maybe it's a variant of Captain America.
I thought it was.
And same.
Right.
And then he said like he says to him like stay close. I got this. And Deadpool comes up to him and
Tries he hugs him.
yeah, he hugs him and he pushes him and then Chris Evans just pushes him away.
Yeah.
Pushes him away. And then Deadpool's like, oh my god, he's gonna say it. He's like, Avengers assemble, and then Chris Evans just goes, flame on.
Yeah, and Deadpool's like, what? I was like, what?
So you find out he's Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four movies from Fox, which I was very surprised that they would do that.
But then again, right when Deadpool and Wolverine land, you can see the Fox logo.
Yeah, they did. There's a Fox logo like in the like just kind of in the
halfway
ground.
buried. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be like Fox heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Actually.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think about it until now.
Yeah,
and so our next cameo is like Pyro.
Yeah, from the X3.
Yeah,
yeah,
they got
yeah.
same actor.
Or X2, X3. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's definitely older.
Mm-hmm.
Because Johnny Storm flies off and he tries to like shoot flames at Pyro, at the convoy and Pyro, and Pyro like just absorbs the fire.
He engulfs it.
Yeah, he engulfs it, and it just takes all of Johnny's flame, and Johnny falls.
Which I thought he was dead.
Yes, because he fell pretty high.
You know, and I was like, okay, this is like the second Deadpool where all the cameo heroes are just dying.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
Right. Yeah.
And he gets up and he's fine. But then the next cameo we had is the first Sabretooth from X1.
Yeah, which I was surprised.
Because apparently, like when they showed up, Sabretooth is like with that convoy, and he smells Logan. Logan smells him, and they basically, I mean, Wade says like we've all been waiting for this for a long time, right? And the fight ends in like a second.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Because Logan, they run at each other, and he just decapitates him.
Yeah.
He decapitates Sabretooth, which was really funny. I was not expecting that.
Me either. It was a lot of death in this one.
To be fair, I was kind of expecting it to be an easy fight for Logan.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting to be like
that easy.
Yeah.
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 And also, Toad was in the convoy.
Yeah, Toad was also in the convoy, and like afterwards, like because Logan kills Sabretooth, and he's like, "Who's next?"
Mm-hmm.
And Toad just turns on the magnet.
Yeah.
Like they have this giant magnet on one of these trucks.
Which makes sense.
And it gets both Wade and Logan. Yeah. And then you kind of... Oh, should I also mention, there's a motif that keeps popping up of Deadpool dreaming about Thor.
Yeah.
He's always mentioning Thor because he saw a glimpse of the future, and there's a scene of him lying on the floor dying. And Thor's like holding him and crying.
Yeah, and Deadpool's like, "Why is Thor crying? Why is he crying?"
Yeah, so because like Wade wakes up and he's like Thor.
Yeah, which is really funny, and we never did get to learn that.
Yeah, they never explained exactly what it is, but
so Deadpool and Wolverine 2,
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
or the Avengers.
Yeah. They might be in the Avengers movies, one of the next ones, because they just, they did just announce that the Russo brothers are directing the next two.
Yeah, which would be great.
And then what else happened after that?
After that, they get to who's the main enemy?
Something, I forgot her name. Cassandra Nova. I kept thinking Cassie Nova. It's Cassandra Nova.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it gets to her base, and it turns out it's like Ant-Man, but dead.
Yeah, she's and you find like because when Cassie shows up, she's in this wheelchair, and she's bald. So like Deadpool and Logan both thought it was Charles Xavier.
Yeah,
but I remember Deadpool was like, "Is that you, Chuck?" And Logan's like, "I don't think that's Chuck."
No. And it turns out to be his sister.
Yeah, she said she was his twin sister. They were together in the womb. trying to remember what else she said. She just said like she was sent here before she could even walk.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty in the TV anime's MO.
Yeah,
That's what they did with in the Loki.
yeah.
Series.
I mean, I think this was their MO before, like Loki. Changed everything.
Exactly.
But yeah. So like apparently they also point out that she mentions like she's been trying to capture Johnny Storm for years.
Oh yeah,
right.
Because she wants enslave everyone there.
Yeah, and Deadpool, being the merc with the mouth that he is, starts shit talking Cassandra, saying he's like, "Oh, we've heard all about you." Johnny said, and he starts going off, saying like, "Do you remember?" Like it was just a lot of shit talking, a lot
of weird stuff.
Yeah,
it was just shit talking, and so she got angry and she basically just took his skin off and just decimated him.
Yeah, she pulled his because her powers are kind of like telekinesis, and it's also mind reading, like the same as Charles Xavier, but for her it's different in the sense like she has to touch the person, right?
Yeah, she has to touch the person's mind.
But yeah, so like she uses her telekinesis powers and just straight up rips off Johnny Storm's like not only just his skin, but his muscles. Because you notice like it was just bone.
No,
right?
He had muscle.
I don't think he had that much muscle. It was
he had a little bit of muscle
because it all just fell apart.
It wasn't, well, at first he was it was just skin because he was surprised and he was able to move his arms.
I guess, yeah. To me, it looked like it was more.
But then she just like decimated him and it just became just bone.
Because for me, it felt more like bone with like the internal organs.
Guess what? We have to watch it again.
But yeah, and then she basically says that Deadpool, Wade, and Logan are food for Goliath. Yeah,
which is basically a storm monster that just comes down
from Loki. Yeah. Season 1, episode 5.
Right.
I just thought it was funny because Wade he says it. He's like Goliath from Loki, season 1, episode 5.
So fucking funny.
And they escape, thankfully, because there was like some robot leg that was there that Logan uses to fly off, and Wade holds on to him.
Yeah. And then it gets us, we can skip ahead to the other Deadpool.
Oh yeah, and when they escape, they're like going on this huge walk. Deadpool's telling Logan about his version of Logan, the one that died. Like how did he die, and what happened there.
Yeah,
because Wade essentially, I don't know if what was it.
It was an educated wish.
Yeah. He basically lies to Logan, saying like the TVA can save my universe, and the TVA could probably
save yours too.
Yeah, the TVA will be able to redo whatever happened to your universe and bring back people from death. And as they're walking, we run into another Deadpool who straight up is just Ryan Reynolds with long hair, and he has this dog that he calls Dogpool.
Yeah, which is great. But this Ryan Reynolds is just like, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Pretty face.
It's just Ryan Reynolds, and he has like long samurai-like hair.
Yeah.
And I remember our Wade, he was like, "Where's your mask?" And he goes like, "Come on, look at me."
And this one is called Nice Pool.
Yeah, he's like, I'm calling. Oh yeah, he's like, I'm Nice Pool, and
he lends them the Honda.
Yeah, he lends them the Honda. He's
Odyssey.
Super nice though. It was really funny.
So, yeah.
He and because like Wade was like, if something were to ever happen to you, like I should take her and take care. Because Wade really wants Dogpool, and he says to Nice Pool, he's like, if anything were to happen to you, and he's like, what would happen to me?
He really just wants that dog, and then Nice Pool's like, no.
He's like, yeah, I'd like my dog back. Yeah. And he's like, no. He's like, I'm gonna run away with her. He turns around because they're in like a cornfield.
Yeah.
And he's like, the walls are too thick. I couldn't get through. So they get the Honda. and they just go on this road trip. Which, fun fact, apparently there was a report a couple years back before they officially started on the movie.
Mm.
I think it was Ryan Reynolds or someone. They said they wanted this movie, the idea of a Deadpool 3, to be like a road trip movie with Logan, with Wolverine.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
So they kind of did it.
Yeah, they did.
Right?
It was road trippy.
Yeah. And they're driving for a bit. Logan's annoyed because
Yeah, that's when he finds out he got Wade lied.
Yeah, he finds out Wade lied because Wade's like, "What are you gonna do if they're able to fix your universe?"
Mm-hmm.
And so
that's our second fight scene between Wade and Logan.
They start fighting in the Odyssey, and
which was amazing.
It was a gory fight for sure.
It was so good.
Like when Logan breaks Wade's arm,
That was so,
I was like, "Oh God!"
That was
Yeah, and it was just like them fighting. They're just taking it out on each other, and they end up fighting so much that they pass out.
So funny, yeah.
They were exhausted, and you see these boots like just kind of step onto the grass in front of the van.
Yeah.
And the car and the driver, so whoever it was,
the driver,
gets into the van, drives them to this
hideout.
Yeah, hideout. I was gonna say base, but it's not a base.
It's a hideout.
It's a hideout.
Yeah.
Wade wakes up. Logan's already awake, and he's drinking alcohol.
Oh yeah.
And this scene is where we actually. Well, actually, I want to mention, because we had mentioned earlier, during the fight scene in the van in the Hunt Odyssey, like Logan grabs Wade's head and slams it on the was it the audio player in the car?
Yes.
In the Odyssey?
Yeah.
And the first song that starts playing is from The Greatest Showman. Like you hear the intro of it.
Which starred Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. And so I thought that was funny. I was like, "Oh damn."
Yeah, right? That's kind of cool.
But anyway, back to the hideout. You hear footsteps. And Wade goes up to the door. Deadpool goes up to the door. He grabs a sword and he like swings it, and it gets stopped by a sigh. And then we start getting our other cameos.
Yeah.
So the first cameo, the person that showed up, is Jennifer Gardner.
Yep. As Elektra.
Yeah, as Elektra. And then we get Wesley Snipes.
Right.
As Blade.
Surprising.
And then we also get Channing Tatum.
As Gambit.
Yeah. As Gambit.
Which, finally.
Yeah.
And he's like a Creole accent.
Yeah, it's a really thick accent, to be fair. I mean, I also like that Deadpool called him out on it. When he called him out, he's like, "Who is your dialogue coach?"
Right? It's so great.
Yeah, and they also explain, like other people that have showed up. So they said Magneto has been to, like, there has been a Magneto that showed up.
And a Daredevil.
Yeah, and a Punisher.
Yeah.
And they said Magneto was basically killed by Cassandra.
Mm-hmm.
The others were also killed by Cassandra.
Yeah, but Magneto specifically.
Yeah, because they said, because Wade has an idea that if we get Magneto's helmet,
then they can stop her.
Yeah, but she apparently has already killed Magneto and melted the helmet down.
Yeah, because she knew.
And they did mention Daredevil died. And I love them when Wade looks at Elektra's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she's like, "It's fine.
It's fine." It's so great. See, I forgot they dated too.
They were married. The actors.
Yeah, I know that, but like, I think in the comics.
Oh,
in the movies.
Oh, yeah. No. I think generally Elektra and Daredevil are romantically aligned.
Yeah.
With, but, yeah, like, she's like, "It's fine," which I thought was funny because it also kind of felt like a call out to her actual life of having been married to Ben Affleck, and she's like, "It's fine, we're divorced."
It's fine, yeah. Right. It's okay. And then we get our fourth cameo.
Oh yeah, it's because they're trying to they're like, "Who brought us all together?"
Right.
And you hear like this girl's voice, like it was me, right? And you see her standing, and it's X-23, aka Laura from the Logan movie.
Which is surprising. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. And she, what happens after that?
Afterwards, they make a plan
Oh.
to go attack.
They also find out that Deadpool got Johnny killed. Which was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny, yeah.
He's like, it was just a flesh wound. He's fine. He's like, if that's a flesh wound, he's wishing he's dead right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they try to come up with a plan, and Logan wants no part of it.
None.
Yeah, he just wants to live off the rest of his days just drunk on alcohol.
Yeah, and just wallow in sorrow.
Yeah.
So then we get to we cut to him at night around a campfire. And
Oh.
X-20. What?
One thing I just remembered.
Go for it.
I remembered with Gambit.
Yeah.
When he shows up, because they're all talking about where they came from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh yeah.
because Blade says like, oh, like there was a knock on my door,
Mm-hmm.
TVA grabbed me, Elektra same thing, and Gambit's like, I might have been born here.
Yeah, especially because Channing Tatum was supposed to be Gambit in a Gambit movie
Yeah,
produced by Fox, but
Yeah.
then Fox
got sold.
axed it. Yeah.
Yeah, they got sold to Disney, and Disney kind of just axed that movie.
Yeah. So it's great to see that Channing Tatum is back.
Yeah,
He's able to reprise that role that he never really got to.
yeah. His accent was so hard for me to follow at times, because I heard him like, he's like, cards go boom, like that. I understood that, but then he would say other stuff. He's like, woo, and he says something. I'm like,
He was speaking quite a bit French too.
that too, but it was very hard.
It was like, well, he's from Louisiana.
I guess.
So
I
it's-
feel like I would need to meet an actual person from Louisiana.
Yeah, I mean, Creole, New Orleans,
Yeah, and like
Mardi Gras.
ask them, is this an accurate accent or is it overplayed? I think
Right.
that's what I would want to know. Is it over the top?
Right.
Yeah. But you were saying with it was at night.
Yeah. So now at night, Logan, and then we see X-23 coming across and just being like, oh, and those two just having a heartfelt moment. It would seem like, because X-23 was like, hey, you're the reason I'm here.
Yeah.
Because of you, I wouldn't have been here.
Yeah. Like,
And she was saying, we need you tomorrow. We will die without you.
yeah. And Logan says, like, he still says no, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But he also says to her, like, it's in the trailer, it's like, you got the wrong guy.
Yeah.
And she turns around, she's like, you were always the wrong guy.
Oof. Yeah, that was good.
Because it's true, like, even if you watch Logan, like, he wanted no part of, like,
he just wanted to live his days
yeah.
out.
But when people need him most, he rises up to it,
He really does.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts to the morning. Well, no, actually, we also see Pyro.
Oh, yeah, calling Paradox.
Yeah, because Pyro's tracking them down. He calls Paradox, like, he basically makes a deal with Paradox that if he kills Cassandra, he will be able to leave
Yes.
the void.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the morning, right?
Yeah, because of the morning. And then we see everyone just piling in the minivan, no Logan in sight.
Yeah.
And they're just going.
Yeah, they're just going straight towards the Ant-Man base.
Yeah, and then was it Blade gets a rocket?
Yeah.
And then Deadpool's like, where'd you get that from? And Elektra's like, oh, we got from Punisher. And Deadpool says, which one? There's been 6.
Oh, yeah.
And then Blade was like, well, there's only one Blade, and there will ever only be one Blade.
Yeah.
And he just fires a rocket launcher.
Well, he says that, and then Wade does give like, he looks at the camera.
Yeah, he gives a little.
We know that there is going to be another Blade movie.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
With,
Wesley Snipes.
what's his name? Mahershala Ali.
Ooh.
I think that's his name, Mahershala Ali.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Green Book. He also played a villain in I think it was in Luke Cage.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he played a villain in Luke Cage too. And yeah, he was cast as Blade like a couple of years back. And it's just been kind of in what's it called? In limbo, because they're trying to figure stuff out. But yeah, I thought that was a funny moment.
That was funny, yeah.
Because when he said it, I was like, oh yeah, there's another Blade.
There's another Blade.
They get to the base, and we have that cool moment of like everyone getting out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And as they're getting ready to fight, the trunk opens.
And lo and behold, a Logan ready to fight gets out.
Yeah, and the fight ensues, which is cool.
Great.
Yeah,
Because everyone's fighting and no one's getting killed off quickly.
yeah. Thank God. By the way, I was worried everyone was gonna get killed off.
Just like Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
It was just surprising, but
Which reminds me when he was talking in the beginning of the movie where they show him in Earth 616 having that interview with Happy.
yeah.
And he's like, have you ever been a part of a team?
Yeah, he was like, yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I have, X-Force.
Yeah, I founded it, but
Yeah, but everyone died. Like he's like, people would like to say gravity killed them, but I would like to think it just didn't test well.
yeah, just like, oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah. But yeah, the fight happens, and Logan and Wade basically go after Cassandra.
Yeah, solo. So they just go into the into Ant-Man.
Yeah, they go into Ant-Man.
So sad. But their the other team's task is to get Juggernaut's helmet.
Yeah, because Juggernaut's. So we learned earlier that Juggernaut's helmet is the only other thing that could, if you put it over Cassandra's head, she won't be able to use her powers.
Right.
So, yeah, they're just like the others are just fighting. I like that scene where, like, someone tried to shoot at Blade. It bounces off his armor. He takes out his gun and shoots him back.
I know, dude. That guy, that was so cool.
Yeah, that was cool. And then what happened after that? They basically, like, I just remember Wade gets whipped, like he gets thrown.
Yeah, easily. And then she kind of goes to Logan and just like peeks into his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she kind of gets. She's too focused with Logan that when X-23 grabs Juggernaut's helmet, well, she kind of decapitates him first.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool to see because when we've seen Juggernaut in other movies, like in X3, he's or like even so X3 or even in the Deadpool movies,
yeah,
he's so hard to take down.
He really is,
right? Like it just seems like no matter what they do, they can't take him down. And X-23 should have just cuts his legs off. And
I mean, that's the thing. It's like this is R-rated.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's not PG-13.
It was just so easy though, like.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So but we also learned a little bit about Logan's background here, where like we find out the reason he's quote unquote the worst is because a part of me wonders if it's really his fault or if it's just like he just wasn't there.
I think he just blames himself.
Yeah, because he states how like the X-Men have been trying to get him to wear this suit for so long. He's always pushed back because he doesn't want them to know that he couldn't have them think like knowing that he wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And
plus he didn't really like the suit.
Yeah, he didn't really like the suit either.
So when he went out drinking,
reminds me, by the way, that one joke Wade asked, like, you look like you're fighting you're fighting for the Los Angeles Rams.
It's true though.
Yeah.
Right. Similar colors.
Yeah, but so you find out like there's a day where he left to go drinking at the bar, and when he comes back, all the X-Men were dead. Right? Like,
yeah. Because he was saying like the humans came for them.
Yeah, the humans
came. And they were all crying out for Logan, but Logan was not there.
Yeah.
So when he came back, he got into a rage and started just killing.
Yeah.
Innocents and those involved.
Yeah.
So then ever since then, he's just been wallowing.
Yeah, and he says he turned the world against the X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as this is happening, Cassandra's trying to say, like, you can be yourself here.
Mm-hmm.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, she's trying to woo him.
And she says, I got you.
Yeah.
Right? And then he's like, no, I got you.
And then Wade puts the helmet over her.
Yeah. And it's like, I thought it was that funny moment where they're like, no, I can kill her. It's like, no, you're going to mess it up. I'll do it.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you mean? I have her right here in my arms.
Right? He was like, you just do it easily. But then Pyro shows up.
Yeah, Pyro shows up and shoots them. Or shoots her.
Yeah.
And this is where Pyro's like, you don't know how it feels to be cleaning up her shit. And then Logan just punches him and like knocks him out. He's like, you don't get a speech.
It's so fucking funny.
And they're kind of in this predicament of like, do we let her die and she's our only way home?
Mm-hmm.
Or do we take her helmet off and hope that she doesn't kill us?
And pray,
Yeah.
Because she was saying, like, that's the first thing I do is kill you.
Yeah.
But then, Logan had a heart-to-heart with her saying, oh, yeah, Xavier, if he knew you were alive, he would have made a hole and gotten you back.
He would have made a hole through the universe to
Yeah.
save you. Like, he would have loved you.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he loved all of us.
Yeah, and so, it's heartfelt.
Yeah.
And they just chanced it and took the helmet off.
Yeah, and she, thankfully, did not kill them.
Oh,
She does scare away Deadpool a little bit, though. Like, she
yeah.
points her hands at him, and he's like, no, don't do me the way you did Johnny. And she mentions how there was an amateur magician that showed up.
Yep, with a little, a trinket.
Yeah. I do wonder who the amateur magician was, because I feel like it would not have been Doctor Strange.
It could just be a variant.
Because, well, I'm thinking about, was it a TV show or, like, the movie? Was it Doctor Strange 2? There was a guy, like, using, like, he was a failed apprentice to what is Doctor Strange?
Society?
The society. That he started using it for his own gain as a magician.
Maybe.
So I don't remember what happened to that guy. So
I don't
that's why
know.
I'm like, maybe it was that guy.
I mean, it was vague, but then, Deadpool's like, strange.
She's like, oh, strange. Yeah. And she opens up a hole, and they both jump through it. And they're back in Wade's universe, right?
Yep.
Which, by the way, like, how did she know which universe it was?
Plot armor.
She just opened it up, and he was there.
Yeah. Just wherever they really wanted to go.
Yeah, and they show up. Paradox is there.
Yep.
I was about to say Parallax. Parallax is DC. Paradox is there.
Some
And he starts like
similarities.
saying how they're messing up his whole plan. He's trying to say, like, he's trying to
expedite
Yeah.
this destruction of the universe. So he's there in person, and then Wade and Wolverine run into him.
Yeah. And as this is happening, Cassandra wakes up Pyro, and he basically tells her who he's working for,
Right.
which is Paradox.
Yeah.
And she opens up another portal, and the first person you see walk through is Pyro, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Paradox, we have a problem. And she puts her hands like through him and like breaks his neck.
Oh yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Yeah. And so it's interesting because it's weird. Cassandra doesn't walk up to a person and like puts her hand. She like kind of teleports,
Yeah, she teleports for sure.
which is interesting.
It is interesting, but yeah, maybe you can just defend against that.
Maybe I do wonder if it's like, oh, there's a mind there and she can teleport to that mind.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, so she teleports up to Paradox, puts her hands in him, because her powers are really weird when it phases into the person's hand, and you see you see the eyes and everything, like it's
The
going.
skin underneath
Yeah.
kind of bulges.
Yeah.
Moves around.
And as she is talking to Paradox, trying to see what's in his mind, she literally just like yeets Logan and
Deadpool,
Wade,
yeah.
like off into a building from far away. She's like, "Mommy and Daddy are talking," and yeets them.
Yeah.
And I told this to you because I noticed when they hit the building and like there's a pan down from the top of the building down to where they had fallen.
Yeah.
And you see at the top of the building, it's called Liefeld.
Yeah.
Which was a nice little call out to the guy that created Deadpool,
It's a
Rob
nice Easter
Liefeld.
egg. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool. And then Dogpool shows up again.
Oh yeah. Love
Right.
Dogpool.
Dogpool shows up again. Nicepool shows up. And Wade still wants to keep this dog.
Oh yeah.
He-
Loves
he-
the dog.
Yeah, he's like, maybe they want a new owner. Maybe he wants a new papa.
Right.
And suddenly, like, Logan smells something. And he says it's a bunch. They're like, what do you smell? And he's like, it's a bunch of U's.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what are they called? The Society of Deadpools?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of different variants of Deadpool walking through this portal.
Yeah, which is great because you're
And-
like, oh, he sees her from the comics.
Yeah, and you find out, like, they were basically hired by Cassandra to slow them down.
Yeah.
And
So that Cassandra could take over the weapon.
Yeah,
And use
'cause-
it to destroy all universes.
yeah, Cassandra wants to destroy everything so that everyone has to go to the Void.
The Void, yeah. It's a way she can be ruler.
Yeah, ruler of everything. And I like. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to lead into this because
Just saying.
This a society of Deadpools, apparently they really love killing, and they all take out their guns and start firing.
Oh yeah.
Right? And Wade, he grabs Nice Pool, uses him as a shield,
Meat shield. Yeah.
and runs towards to hide behind a car. And he turns around, and Logan's like, he's like, you did that on purpose. Like, no, I didn't.
Yeah. He finds out Nice Pool cannot regenerate.
Yeah, he's like, how long does it take you to regenerate? Because Nice Pool's like bleeding out of his mouth. He's like, regenerate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, wait. Look, he points at like the food cart, the hot dog cart or something. He's like, there's med packs in there.
Yeah, he was like, I'll get you to safety. You'll survive.
Yeah. He grabs him and uses him as a shield again, like as a meat shield. Protective. He's, oh my God, why are you so heavy?
Yeah.
He's like, use your legs. He's like, I can't. I'm paralyzed.
And then Wade just stops and talk to him and be like, you will survive.
He's like, you'll live. He's like, you're gonna live. Say it with me. He's like, I'm gonna live. Say it again. Say it again. He's like, I'm gonna live. And then his head gets blown up. Nice Pool's head gets blown up. And from there, he straight up. It's like as if nothing was wrong. He just dragged the body over to the cart.
Yeah, and then that was it.
He's trying to do CPR. He was trying to do CPR.
Oh, he was yeah.
And I remember like Logan pulls up the dog.
Yeah.
So
From behind the car. And everyone just stops. Whoa, wait.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's a cute dog. So then Logan walks over to the side where Deadpool is. And then Deadpool's like, I think what did he say? He said something because he kept like,
I don't think he's going to make it.
He's like, I don't think he's going to make it. He's like, because he's dead, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
No, he said, he's like, he was murdered, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
I really love Hugh Jackman's like dialogue in this movie.
It was real good. Yeah.
It's like it's a lot of cursing, but it was like a really witty.
Yeah, and it suits him as a character.
Yeah, and they essentially have this huge fight
with the Society of Deadpool.
Yeah, they kill all of them.
Yeah,
but then because they all regenerate,
they all just get back up at the same time.
And as the fight's about to happen again, another Deadpool shows up.
Yes, a heavy with Deadpool.
Yeah, he was on a scooter or something, right? Or like on a bike. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And then they're like, "Wait, what did he say again?" He said something about this Deadpool is with me.
He was like, "Hey, everyone, this Deadpool's the main Deadpool. He's with me."
Yeah,
and then everyone just looks around.
They're like, "Oh my God, it's Peter!"
It's Peter, and every Deadpool adores Peter.
Yeah, apparently every Deadpool has a Peter.
Yeah. And all the Deadpools just surround Peter. And
then, like, oh, Peter. Yeah.
And Logan and Deadpool just like run off.
He's like, enjoy my Peter.
Yeah.
And then they get down to the train station, which is where Cassandra is, because Cassandra gets Paradox to turn on the machine.
Yes.
And she goes over to like use it, and
she's kind of absorbing the power too.
Yeah. And the only way to stop the machine is, what was it again?
You had to go in between the two tubes and connect them together.
Yeah, because it was like the powers, like atoms.
Yeah, it was matter and antimatter.
Yeah, matters and antimatter. Yeah. They had to, but he did say like, if you go down and like if you go down to try to stop it, you will die.
Yeah, you'll just like disintegrate because both matters are just interacting with you.
Yeah, and when they get down there, Logan basically tells Wade, like, you don't need to do this. I can do this. Mm-hmm. Like, you have friends and family. I have no one.
Yeah, and he was like, this is my sacrifice. Let me make things right.
Yeah. And you think he's going to let Logan go.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly, because Logan goes up to the door, he opens it, and as he's about to close it, he gets hit in the face with a fire extinguisher. And Wade, like, throws him back. Yeah, throws him back out the room and gets in, closes it. And he's like, this is my sacrifice to make. And then what he say? He's like, cause I'm Marvel Jesus.
Yeah.
And he puts his hand on the window, or Spock. I'm not really sure. And he walks away, and then he goes back and he does like the flying thing.
Yeah.
Through the window, and he does the like as if he's walking down the steps.
Stairs. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, what do you say? He's like, he's stalling.
Stalling.
Yeah. He's like, I'm stalling. He said something about death, like he's very scared about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he goes to the first tube, and as he's trying to like grab these tubes to connect them together, Logan's trying to he's like banging against this door to try to get it opened. But they're like really close on time where they might be too late.
Right.
Because Wade has one tube, he gets like the connections in there, but he's too far from the other one.
Yeah, and he's trying to walk over there, but it's taking too slow. And Logan's just banging down the door. And every bang, you're just loosening it.
Yeah. And then last minute, right before the percentage, because
it was like 0.2%.
Yeah, because the TVA has a percentage on like the universe, right? And it's about to get like 1-2%, and suddenly, Logan grabs Wade's hand and like shoots his claws into the other tube, and that was a cool moment.
Yeah, and then all the energy is like going through both of them.
Yeah,
of course, there, and then it so much that Logan's upper torso suit just like gets shredded, and you see his abs.
Yeah, and then Wade, like, he looks over to the side, he looks at his abs, he's like,
yeah, and that's the first time we see his abs.
Yeah, and they're playing Madonna.
Yeah.
Throughout this whole scene.
And there's just a power struggle between them and Cassandra.
Yeah. And Cassandra ends up losing.
Mm-hmm.
They're able to destroy the machine. And the rest of the TVA shows up. Yeah. Right? Because you find out that Paradox is rogue.
He's acting on his own, unsanctioned.
Yeah, he's acting on his own, and one of the persons from the TVA, I can't remember her name right now, because she's from
Loki.
the Loki show.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can find it. Oh, Hunter B-15.
Yeah.
B-15.
Yeah. So
she shows up with the rest of the TVA.
Confronts Paradox and is like, hey, what's going on?
He's like, no, I came here to save this universe.
And he was like, hey, Wade and Logan just went in, and now they're heroes.
He's like, my friends.
They've died for a cause.
And then you hear Wade's voice.
Yeah.
He's like, we're not dead. It's like, fuck. And it's like a slow-mo walk of Deadpool and Logan, shirtless Logan, walking down. And when they get up to, when they come up, like, everyone's just staring at Logan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Deadpool's like, put some clothes on you, oily beast.
Yeah, you oily beast.
And just hands him a sweatshirt.
Yeah. Yeah, and from there it's kind of like, so they arrest Paradox.
Yeah.
Right? And Deadpool like asks if you can save Logan's world, like if you can change his past.
Yeah, just go back in time. And then was B-15 was like, no, because you wouldn't get this Wolverine.
Yeah, you wouldn't have gone
he had to go through that to get to where he is right now.
Yeah.
And so that became that.
Yeah.
And then Wade was like, okay, well, what about the others that were in the void? That sacrificed.
Yeah.
Can they, get something? And
then, he's like, can you put them back in their universes?
Yeah.
And because essentially she also shows like, not only did they stop the machine, but his universe is back to normal.
Yeah,
like
100%.
It's just because now that they have this Logan as the anchor.
Mm-hmm. It works.
Yeah.
And then Deadpool's like, I'm hungry. You want to get shawarma?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I can eat.
Yeah, I can eat.
They overget shawarma, and he's like, the Avengers found a shawarma.
Which is lame, man. Yeah. I haven't heard of it before then.
You didn't hear about that before?
No. Never heard of shawarma.
Because in Avengers 1.
No, I mean, yeah. But that's what I'm saying is, like, I didn't know.
Oh, until Avengers.
Prior.
Yeah, and then Dogpool shows up.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Dogpool's going to be in it now.
Yeah, and
now we're kind of getting to the end of the movie, and Logan and Deadpool kind of try to part ways.
Yeah,
but then Deadpool was like, wait.
Yeah, because there was that one moment where Wade was like, "Will we ever see each other again?"
And Logan's like, no,
He's like, "Probably not."
probably not. And he just walks off.
Yeah, and Wade's like, "Wait," and he takes him to his apartment. Logan meets Blind Al, who wants cocaine. She really
Every time.
She is like itching for some cocaine because apparently Wade was like, "No," like Kevin Feige says, "No cocaine."
No cocaine.
And so from there, it kind of does a like a cut to the future slightly, like
Yeah,
later
it's like,
on.
3 months or 6 months
Yeah.
passed.
And now Logan is there with
X-23.
Yeah, X-23.
I saw that. I was like, oh shit, okay.
And they're all just hanging out in Wade's apartment. And Logan's like, because Wade is now holding on to the dog pool, and Logan's like, "Give me the dog. Talk to the girl."
Talk to the girl.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
Wade starts, just talking to Vanessa and just basically says, I did all this for you.
Yeah.
And then she holds his hand.
Yeah.
I was like, they're back together.
Yeah. And the way I took what I took at that part of the movie was like, oh, so Logan is now he is now part of this universe. Like,
Yeah.
he's not leaving.
He's not leaving.
And I guess he and X-23 are now like a family or something.
It seems like it. And throughout this movie, there's a running joke of Deadpool being like, "Oh yeah, Hugh Jackman's going to be playing Wolverine until he's dead,
90.
until he's 90."
Yeah, he kept saying like, "Until you're 90." Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed the movie.
I liked it a lot.
It had we had mentioned before, like it had a lot of heart. Like, when I saw it with Brian was like, "That movie is cheesy." I'm like, "Yeah, what did you expect? It's a Deadpool movie."
Yeah, it's a superhero movie, of course, but I mean, I'm surprised at how heartfelt it was.
Yeah.
For it being a superhero movie,
Yeah.
for being a Deadpool movie too. I thought it was gonna be all shits and giggles, but no.
Yeah, it had a lot
took
of
my
heart.
heartstrings for a bit.
Yeah. And I'm just happy to find out that they didn't show them, but I'm assuming like Elektra, Blade, and Gambit got sent back to their own universes.
And maybe we'll get a Gambit movie.
Maybe. I feel like we gotta see the X-Men first. Yeah, but overall, because also, was it B15?
Mm-hmm.
Hunter B15? She also said, like, you're going to be very important in the future.
I mean,
to two of them.
Yeah, and this movie is the start of what Marvel's going to be doing. And what, is...
Yeah.
This is the start of where the low point becomes the high point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this movie overall was kind of like a love letter to the Fox
superheroes.
Marvel universe.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Because at the end of the movie, during the credits, you start seeing like those
outtakes.
outtakes, behind the scenes shots from like Fantastic Four, X-Men, Deadpool,
Blade.
Yeah, Blade.
Yeah.
Elektra.
Daredevil.
I don't know about Daredevil.
Maybe not.
I think it was Elektra.
Yeah, definitely Elektra.
Yeah.
But it was like reminiscing. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see, cause like I was not. I think once you see all those characters show up, then you're like, oh, these are like all the Marvel Universe from Marvel Universe characters from like Fox.
Yeah, that's everyone pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting any of them to show up.
Is it me or is Cassandra a bit OP?
Oh yeah, she's OP.
She's like super OP.
A lot of the Marvel characters and villains for that matter are OP.
Yeah, I know. It's just because like when I see her, I'm like she would have killed Thanos very fast.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, look at what she did to Johnny.
She just whipped off his skin.
So easy. And I mean, that's the thing. It's like, when you get characters so OP, how can you make it so that way they don't kill off anyone so fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at the second Doctor Strange.
Yeah. With
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch.
She killed Reed Richards.
She just tore him into like
And
spaghetti
bolt so fast.
Yeah.
Because she can.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Overall, though, like, I think this movie for sure is gonna help Marvel like kind of regain.
It's more like a reboot for them too.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, here, let me get a footing in.
Yeah. I remember Wade was like, "You're joining at a low point."
So, dude, every quip was great.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. I remember what was it? When he's like, "Oh my," when he thinks it's Captain America. When he thinks Johnny's Captain America.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh my god, he's gonna say it." He like flicks the sword that's in Logan. Logan's like, "Ow."
Yeah.
Because there's sword sticking in him.
Yeah.
And he flicks the blade. He's like, "Ow."
Which is pretty great, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when Logan was going up against Sabretooth.
Yeah.
And Deadpool's like, no, you gotta look good. So he takes off the swords. And
Yeah.
you see Logan flinching.
Yeah. You know, actually, because I think this is more like just to mention the special effects. When they filmed that shot, he just pretended to take swords out. So he had Hugh Jackman had like these swords just like looks like they're in him, and so Ryan Reynolds just like grabbed acting as if he was grabbing swords out, and putting it back in.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, Wolverine's claws in this one actually looked pretty real.
Oh,
because
yeah.
if you remember the X-Men Origins Wolverine,
The
when he
CGI.
was kind of
Yeah,
you could tell almost like from a video game. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, the CGI.
Yeah.
CGI claws. These are like actual, like, they at least gave him something to hold on to.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you...
10.
10?
Yeah. Dude, I would say it again. I'm like, yeah, that is a Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Everything you ever wanted. They basically redid X-Men Wolverine Origins.
Yeah. I think I would give it an 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty high for you.
I enjoyed it, for sure. Some stuff, it was more so like consistency where I was like thinking in my head, like, how's that possible?
Yeah,
But-
right. Well, yeah,
But that's more just nitpicking. I think overall
Right.
I enjoyed it. I do feel like I'm excited to see the next one if and when they make it.
me too. Yeah, I can't wait. Honestly, I love Deadpool.
Yeah. And I mean, it's cool to now have Ryan Reynolds as part of like the main MCU. Not only Ryan Reynolds, but Hugh Jackman.
Right? Oh, I've been waiting for this moment so much.
Yeah, I think. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, even when Captain America came out, I was like, okay, Chris Evans is he gonna play both now?
Maybe.
Right. And he did.
Did he?
Oh, in this one, he was Johnny. They brought
Yeah.
him back.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit! I didn't think they were gonna bring. I thought they, because with the Fantastic Four coming out, they recasted Johnny.
Yeah, they already got a new Johnny. They got Reed Richards, Sue Storm,
The Thing.
and the Thing. Yeah, they have a new cast for that.
Which I was like, okay, well, that's fine. But then the variants, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I'm excited. I also think it's funny because Kevin Feige was like, we're not planning on casting a new Wolverine anytime soon.
Which is nice. But Calverine, I'm here for.
Same. He deserves to have like another comic book character.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's also hard to go from you're playing the granddaddy of superheroes
Yeah.
in Superman,
Right.
and then to go to any other character, as great as the other character can be.
I mean, it's Wolverine.
I know, but I feel like it's kind of a step down from having been like,
Superman,
yeah,
the guy that super.
yes.
I mean, of course, that's the highest.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, any comic book character he plays, it'd be a step down.
I think to a degree.
I feel like any character.
I don't think any character.
I feel like any character he plays would be a
I
step
don't
down
think
in the
so.
comics.
No.
From when you're going from the granddaddy of superheroes, the guy that started it all, from like the first superhero character ever, from 1939.
Yeah.
I feel like any other character, it's kind of like a down. Not to slight any of those characters, but I feel like
Yeah.
it would be a downgrade from that.
Sure, but I mean, I think you'd have more fun.
But also, I do think him playing another comic book character might be distracting.
But yeah, now that he is going to be in Warhammer.
Oh yeah, he is going to be in Warhammer.
That's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is our review. Did you want to say anything else?
No, I think that's it. I'm all good.
Yeah. Follow us on social media.
Yeah, what's our social media handle?
It's been so long, honestly.
It's still 3 Buds in a Movie.
Is it really?
I didn't change it.
Let me check my phone right now.
We don't have anyone that does our social media. That's why.
It's just us. And we're all busy with our own lives.
And I'm not really good at social media. I don't want to keep up with it. But David's a marketer.
I mean, I work in marketing. Does that mean that I like to manage everything? No.
That means you have better skill.
Yeah, it's still 3 Buds in a movie.
Yeah, I know it is. Because if you didn't change it and I didn't change it,
Yeah.
Paul didn't change it.
Paul definitely did not change it.
No.
Yeah.
We should have your sister come up with a new profile image for us.
I could ask.
Yeah. I talked to her.
Huh?
I talked to her a couple months ago about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did she say?
She's like, I think I gotta get you guys a new image. I was like, yes, please.
But
So
yeah.
I'll have you facilitate that.
All right. I'll ask her when I get home. Because I'm currently staying in the Bay for like 2 weeks.
In the bay.
But yeah,
Cool.
that was our review. Hope you guys liked it. If you leave comments down below, or
Please.
like if you're seeing this on YouTube, leave comments down below what you thought about the movie.
Mhm.
If you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Music,
Anywhere you find a podcast.
yeah,
YouTube
subscribe.
Music. Because Google Podcasts is not a thing anymore.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Because contrary to, well, actually, I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. We don't get paid for any of this. We just do this for fun.
That's why it's low quality.
I mean, we got nice mics.
Thanks to me, the producer.
Yes, the producer.
We'll have that producing credit now.
Yes.
Roll the credits. Producer.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not just the talent.
You're the mind behind everything. But yeah. I mean, I guess this is where we end it, yeah?
Yep. Ciao.
Later.